What's up, Raiders? TristenWulf here, and that's him. That's Ishiyama, the Immovable. This is the new fusion event that's coming up this Monday, May the 5th. So we're going to go over Ishiyama, his skills, his kits, and whether or not he should be somebody who's high up on your list of things to pull. Is this fusion event worth doing, or is it a skip? When I look at this guy, I'm reminded of the saying, beware of old men in a world where men die young. This guy looks like a total badass. But is he right for you? Well, let's discuss his skills. So, is this guy a skip? Is this guy a must-have? Do you want to go deep on this fusion event, or do you want to pass? From a new player perspective, what do we think of this guy? Well, let's go over his skills one at a time, and then we'll make a decision. I've not really looked this guy over yet, so we'll look at it and see where he would fit into a new player's experience and how important he would be. First things first, he is a Shadowkin. Not a lot of self-sustaining healing units in the Shadowkin faction, and you know what? He's not healing or self-sustaining. I was hopeful when I saw he was an HP-based unit. I thought maybe this guy was going to be somebody who would bring a little bit of sustainability to this faction, but no, it doesn't look like it. It looks like he is a DPS unit, a DPS HP scaling unit of the Shadowkin faction. Let's look at his skills one at a time. So let me zoom in a bit here. So, Burning Comet, his A1 skill. It attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit transfers a random debuff from this champion to the target. So he could transfer up to 2 debuffs. If this champion is under any debuffs, when attacked, he will counterattack with the skill. Okay, so that's an interesting synergy there. If he is wearing debuffs, he'll automatically trigger counterattacks while he is attacked with this skill, and this skill is a 2-hitter, so he could transfer up to 2 debuffs back to the enemy. So if he's wearing 2 debuffs, he could send up to 2 of them back. And it looks like booking it just makes it do more damage. Not a lot of damage here, which makes me hope it's got decent mods on his skill, but I'll be straight with you. I've not been overly impressed by HP-based units as damage, straight up damage when compared to attack-based units. His A2 skill, Calculated Volley. It's a 4-turn cooldown, which is kind of slow, but you can book it to a 3-turn cooldown, which speeds it up a bit. It's an attack all enemy skill. I like that. Has a 75% chance. Yes, you can book it up to 100%. 100% chance of placing Fear debuff, a 25% crit damage debuff, and a 30% crit rate debuff. 30% crit rate debuff. I have not seen that before. I assume other units have it, but I think that's kind of a rare debuff. It strikes me as being a PvP debuff. You're not really worried about decreasing crit rate that much on bosses. So I'm getting my gut feeling is already telling me this is going to be an arena style character. Anyway, you can place these debuffs on all enemies for 2 turns, and these debuffs cannot be resisted by enemies who are already under 2 or more debuffs. So that's nice. You can build this guy without any accuracy, as long as you have somebody else who's spamming debuffs. So if you've got somebody on your team who can lay down 2 debuffs on the enemy, you will automatically drop Fear, crit damage, and crit chance debuffs on your enemy and not have to worry about accuracy. It'll make them a lot easier to build. So that's kind of a blessing. I like that. Fear is nice, but the reduced damage. So we got a hero who can sling debuffs back, and his A2 skill can place debuffs and doesn't need accuracy. Slinging the debuffs back would need accuracy, though. Let's read a little further. Finish Them is another 4-turn cooldown, but again, 3-turn after booking, so his skills are going to cycle pretty fast. It's only a single enemy attack, and it's only a single hitter. We'll ignore 25% of the target's defense. We'll ignore 50% of the defense instead if he is under 2 or more debuffs, which, based on everything he does, you should be able to maintain 2 debuffs on the target. 50% defense penetration ought to let this skill hit like a truck. Up to 20% more damage from booking, too. And if you kill an enemy, he'll give himself block damage, which, although it's not any form of healing, it is a good chunk of survivability if you kill. And with a 50% pen and extra damage, I think I got a good shot at killing with this skill. So he's a nuker. He is a debuffing, HP scaling nuker for Arena. The Immovable. What's the passive do? Whenever an enemy resists a debuff placed by this champion, the next debuff placed by this champion cannot be resisted. Aha! Okay, now the A1 skill makes sense. He transfers a debuff from the target, but it's a 2-hitter. So if you hit him while he's wearing a debuff, he'll try to transfer it, and if it fails, the second hit will automatically transfer the debuff. So you've got a guaranteed transfer of 1 debuff, possibly a transfer of 2 debuffs, and 2 debuffs is what you need to be able to make it so he can't be resisted on these. So a little bit of synergy there. If he's wearing a debuff, he will always send 1 back. And if you can get 2 debuffs on the enemy, it's going to take some setup, right? It's going to take a village to make this guy work. You're going to need to have somebody who can reliably spam a lot of debuffs that goes before this guy so that your AoE can guarantee these debuffs, and you'll be able to get fear and crit rate and crit damage. You're going to be able to ruin the enemy's ability to fight back. And then if he starts taking debuffs, you'll be able to perpetuate these skills by transferring debuffs back, one of which is going to be a guaranteed debuff transfer because of his passive. And if you've got 2 debuffs on the enemy, all you gotta do is pick and choose, and as soon as you find an enemy with 2 debuffs, you should be able to nuke them out of existence with a 50% penetration, and then when he kills with it, he will get block damage, allowing him to survive even longer. It's a 2-turn block damage, and if this is on a 3-turn cooldown, it's just about chainable as long as it doesn't get stripped off of him. That is fantastic. And his R... Oh, and I missed the last part of his passive. Each debuff placed by the champion increases his max HP by 3%, stacks up to 30%. Guys, he's going to stack this quickly because this is a guaranteed 3 debuffs here. That's 3, 6, 9% more. And every time he counterattacks, you're going to get another 3%. I think it's going to be pretty easy to stack this, maybe not right up to 30, but early on you're going to be able to stack a lot of HP up on this guy, and his damage scales off HP, which is going to let him nuke even harder. And he increases allies battle, 28% HP is a pretty sizable HP burst for all battles, so that's pretty cool too. So where is this guy going to be used? I mean, obviously faction wars. Again, I wish we had some form of sustain or healing on him. That seems to be one of the biggest issues with the Shadowkin faction, but you'll be able to build this guy bulky. You're only going to need to focus on HP and crit damage, realistically. He's not going to need attack because HP scalers suck with attack. He's not going to need accuracy because as long as you have somebody on the team maintaining a good stack of debuffs on the enemy, he ignores, and plus, the next debuff placed by this champion cannot be resisted. So if you S1 first and get resisted, then this would be that you could do this attack next. I don't know about that though, because he's going to counter every time he's hit. That might be a little hard to set up, but you should be able to get 2 debuffs with this skill and with other people on your team, and be able to drop this skill in and get 3 debuffs right out of the gate. Anywhere other than freaking Arena, I really feel like he's just an Arena unit, and he doesn't, you build a team around using this guy to nuke. You don't use this guy to pull the rest of the team together. He's not support, he's not sustain, he's just an Arena nuker. Guys, I don't know. I hate to say it because, God, he looks cool. I love the aged samurai look. But I think he might be a skip. Unless his damage mods are through the roof. Unless his nuke... And it should be, right? His nuke should be good. 20% boosted damage, 50% ignore pen. He should be able to blow things up, be safe from damage for 2 turns, keep the enemy from doing much damage to the rest of your team, spamming fear and debuffs, and then walk back around 3 turns later. This is just worn off, and nuke somebody else. I think he might be good mid-game for people who are struggling with Arena, who need a good solid bruiser for Arena. Somebody who's not easily going to die, and somebody who can drop some bombs on some people. But early game, a lot of people aren't that hyped up on Arena. We're mostly chewing on PvE still. We're trying to get our dragon teams built. We're trying to figure out how to do Hydra. We're trying to get our clan boss to score really, really high. We're starting to dip our toes into Doom Tower and Forbidden City, and I don't think he's got a place in any of that. I think, of course, in Faction Wars, he'll be amazing, and that's, of course, a concern, and therefore maybe some parts of Cursed City, but I'm in a wait and see camp right now. I want to see what his mods are, but I think I'm going to skip this guy. As much as I hate it, as much as I love the look, love the aesthetic, and holy crap, he looks great, I'm just not sure he's going to bring that much to a new player's experience outside of being better in Arena. Let me know what you guys think. Am I missing it? Am I missing the greatness that is Ishiyama the Immovable? Because I feel like I'm missing something, but I just don't see it. He looks really cool and he'll be great in Arena, but that's about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're going for this fusion, I wish you guys the best of luck. Have a great one, everybody.